You have one picture to explain the story. My name is Afolabi Oyewuwo. The creative field that I'm in is photography. If I didn't find photography, I genuinely don't know what I'd be doing. I can't even answer that. My name is Afolabi Oyewuwo. Most people just call me Afo for short. I'm 19 and I'm from Houston, Texas. I have an Instagram page. It's at Afo's Photos. I also have a Twitter. That's at _that_African. I have a website coming soon. So the creative field that I'm in is photography. The way I became interested in photography was in my sophomore year of high school. I was in this program called TSA, Technology Student Association, and we went to like the state competition, and my teacher, she needed like people to like take pictures, but like no one, knew how to take pictures. And I didn't either, and I had just been hearing about like DSLR cameras and all the things that they could do. And so I was like, oh, this is my opportunity to, to see what it's about. That weekend, I, took the pictures, and when we came back, I was like, okay, yeah, I want to get into this. Like, this is actually very fun. I asked my parents, hey, can y'all give me a camera? They were like, no. It's like, what do you need a camera for? I'm like, I want to get into photography, blah, blah, blah. And they was like, how much does it cost? So I was like, the cheapest one is like $500. And they were like, no. From sophomore year up until my senior year of high school, I did not have a camera. But I knew if somebody put a camera in my hand, I knew exactly how to work it. All the money that I got from like my graduation party, I put into a camera. Like, my graduation party was on a Sunday. Monday, I ordered my camera. My parents didn't know. My parents did not know. When they found out that I spent it, they were like, okay, that's your own problem. You want to spend it on this, do whatever. That happened, and I started taking pictures. People started liking my pictures. And now I've reached a point to where people are willing to pay a premium for my pictures. And when my parents started, seeing that I was making money off of this, they finally realized, they were like, wow, we should have invested in you back then instead of, now. So yeah. So my two primary subjects are, really my one primary subject is people. I started off in portraiture, like that's what got me really going. And then my second field of like photography is events. I would say the same amount of event photography is the same amount of like portraiture photography that I'm getting right now. Probably my favorite shoot I did with my friend Halima Shokumbi. She's actually a model, like New York Fashion Week model. She, over the summer, hit me up and, wanted to do a shoot just to build that portfolio. And we went downtown in Houston and we just did a lot of like street photography and just like fashion photography and things like that. And it was so fun just because she like knew what to do. Like, she knew how to pose. And I don't mind posing people, but it's so much fun when all you have to do is just worry about taking the pictures. When they're just moving and posing and all types of things, it just makes that so much more fun. And we got really, really creative with those pictures. I take a lot of pride in those pictures because those were the first ones that like she put out to like begin that journey to becoming a model. And so that's probably like my favorite shoot, because now like it feels like I had a helping hand in her getting to the New York Fashion Week that she's been doing. And so I take a lot of pride in that. You might not believe this, but I use a Nikon D3400. It's a very basic camera. Your gear really doesn't matter. Well, let me rephrase that. It does matter, but it's not the end all be all. Like, if you don't know how to take pictures, if you don't know how to edit pictures, you're not going to get the full worth of that camera. So if you're trying to get into it, don't think, oh, I gotta get the most expensive one. Yeah, don't get caught up in gear. Just try to hone in on your skills and yeah. How do I know when I've gotten the photo I wanted? First thing, if their eyeball is sharp, I got the photo. Well, the key to photography is if you're gonna do portraiture, the eyeball should always be sharp. That should be the most sharpest thing in the image. And if I got that one sharp, to me that's a good photo. Even if it's like underexposed, overexposed, I can edit that in Lightroom and you wouldn't really know. But if the image isn't sharp, there's literally nothing you can do to make it. If it's blurry, it's blurry. So if that eyeball is sharp, it's a perfect photo to me. Photography has brought my creative side out. Before photography, I had no ways of like expressing my creative side, or really didn't even know that I had a creative side. I have no other talents, I can tell you that. So this is like my one talent that I grind and just try to get better every time I do a shoot. How do I feel like photography differs from like other creative fields? You have one picture to make a statement. So you have to be very cognizant of how you edit a photo, or how you pose somebody in a photo, or how you take a photo, because that photo should be able to speak volumes. Like with video, you can edit a lot of like different clips of people talking, but photography, you can't talk with photography. You just have to let the picture speak for itself. Photos can really have an emotional impact on people. A lot of journalists are out in these countries who are in like different wars and things like that. Those pictures that they take from that really speak volumes to the distress that's actually going on. And it's just a photo. But when you sit down and you break that photo down, it makes you sit back and realize like, wow, like this is actually going on, and you're here and you're just going about your day. But there's actually people across the world who are struggling every single day to live. And that one photo literally has 1,000 words or more. So, yeah. If I was not doing photography, I don't know what I would be doing. And I get this question more with like my degree, and I don't know. Like, I don't know what else I would be able to like be doing. So like photography, if I didn't find photography, I genuinely don't know what I'd be doing. I can't even answer that. The advice that I would give anyone going into photography, one, please know your worth. If you intend to like start making money off of this, or honestly, you don't even have to want to make money, but just know your worth, because people will pay for quality work. If your work is quality, charge what you want. That's like the biggest advice I can give, because you don't want to undersell yourself. You don't want to, be taken advantage of when it comes to your work, because once you give them that work, they can have those pictures for the rest of their life. So know your worth. Don't get caught up in the gear early on. You have to know what you're doing first. So don't go out and spend thousands of dollars on equipment when you're just starting out. Also, don't compare yourself to other people. So just do you. Don't like compare yourself to other people. Those three are probably like the three biggest advices that I can give. Yeah. Hey, thanks for watching Views in Color. Make sure you click here or here for more videos.